Jesus never existed, but was created by ARRIUS CALPERNIUS PISO, a Roman aristocrat and politician with the pen name Josephus Flavius. He created the fictional character as a messiah by copying the stories of Serapis Christus and that of Horus. The followers of Serapis Christus were firstly called Christians, and those who were devoted to the god Serapis called themselves the Bishops of Christ, until later the Catholic Church adopted it and accepted it to be called Christians too. Piso and his family actually wrote the New Testament in the Holy Bible. Piso's family created the character Jesus Christ and most of the biblical characters on paper. Then later, the emperor endorsed it. The rabbit hole goes really deep. That's why Pope Leo X went on and said, "Oh, look how much profits and money we've made from this fictitious Christ character that we created," as he cheers with a glass of wine. Family, religion is just exploitation, power, and control. Nothing else. That was a post written on Facebook by a Facebook group called Afro-Black Alkebulan. Are you guys aware that there are many scholars who threw in the towel on religion and really got down to business to really piece together who are all the characters in the Bible really are? Well, everything that we know about Christianity and its inception comes from an alleged first historian by the name of Josephus Flavius. What if I were to tell you that many have concluded that this character actually never existed? Another proxy character created for the sole purpose to create whatever narratives they wanted to create in order to control the masses.
In 30 BC, Rome seized Egypt from Greek rule, inheriting not just territory, but a cultural powder keg that would challenge the very foundations of imperial control. Alexandria was a melting pot of competing faiths and philosophies, each one a potential spark for rebellion against Roman authority. The Romans, masters of engineering and law, now found themselves governing people whose loyalties ran deeper than political allegiance. Traditional methods of cultural assimilation were failing. The empire needed a new tool, something that could control hearts and minds, not just bodies. Among Rome's challenges, the Jewish people presented a unique problem. Their monotheistic faith refused to bow to Roman gods or deify the emperor. The Jewish wars were not mere territorial disputes, but ideological clashes that would rage for decades, testing Roman military might. The destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD was meant to end Jewish resistance, but instead scattered it across the empire. Worse still, Judaism was attracting converts among the servant classes, 70% of Rome's population, threatening the social order from within. According to this controversial theory, Roman aristocrat Arrius Piso saw both threat and opportunity in the Jewish problem. His alleged co-conspirator was Flavius Josephus, originally the Jewish general Yosef ben Matityahu, captured and turned by Rome. Together, they allegedly began crafting a new faith, one that would redirect Jewish messianic expectations into passive, otherworldly submission. This new religion would keep Judaism's appealing elements while stripping away anything that encouraged rebellion against Roman authority. The name Jesus, Greek for Joshua, was no coincidence. It linked their new prophet to Jewish history while inverting his mission entirely. Where Joshua conquered with the sword, Jesus would conquer with love. Where Joshua promised earthly victory, Jesus offered heavenly reward. Josephus's writings provided crucial independent validation of Jesus' existence, lending historical credibility to what was allegedly a fictional creation. The new religion spread among exactly those groups drawn to Judaism, the poor, enslaved, and disenfranchised, but without threatening Roman power. The evidence remains circumstantial. No signed confessions exist, only patterns and parallels that span centuries of history. Whether born of divine revelation or Roman conspiracy, Christianity's impact on human civilization remains undeniably profound. We stand at a crossroads of history and belief, forced to question the very foundations of our inherited narratives. The search for truth is a journey that never truly ends, And perhaps that's exactly as it should be.
Don't you guys understand that we're all caught up in one big-ass messianic soap opera versus the soap opera of the Romans? This is all it is, man. We are suffering the side effects of them being at war with each other as payback. For thousands and thousands of years, who was running the show? Christianity. Who was under Christianity? Rome, or Catholicism, or the Vatican. You got all of your small hats, your Jews talking about Esau and Jacob. And what did the rabbis say? The death to Esau and the rise of Jacob. Esau is simply the representation of America and Europe. And everything that we are going through right now is because of the infighting that they have. One group of people rule the world for thousands and thousands of years. Meanwhile, the small hats behind the scenes have been for thousands and thousands of years working on their biggest revenge. And now we're experiencing it. I'm not going to put myself on a pedestal or anything, but I have dived deep in all of the books on Jesus Christ, different versions of him, from YouTube channels such as Myth Vision, Anthony Browden, The Real Merkaba, Michael Thessarian, Max Egan, you name it. Just trying to get truth from every single vantage point, from all perspectives. And the wall that I keep hitting every time, because I've been able to penetrate every one except this one. And this one is the one that makes the most logical sense. And that is that ARRIUS, CALPERNIUS, PISO wrote the New Testament of the Holy Bible. And here we are. This is all just for entertainment and entertainment purposes only. Everything I'm saying is all satire. It is not true. It is not a fact. This is all just hearsay. But what do you think, man? I was on fire for Jesus, for God, for the God of the Bible, or whatever you want to call it. But in the end, I have come to learn that I have been bamboozled. And from my conclusions that I have come to, I'd like to share them with you. What you do with it, that's on you. Until then, it's time to live life, y'all. Be of service to others, help your neighbors, and live in balance. This is a part 1 to a series I'm working on this topic, and I will follow up more with this later on. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.